I can sit here, it doesn't matter.
That's fine. That's fine.
Got your roster here, got
Outstanding.
and here's the line of credit. Whoever wants to do introductions. But hey,
Alumni Association. And now let's go to the booth and join the voice of the Royals, Rob Brown.
And a pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to Roncalli Royals Baseball here on the Roncalli Media Network. Rob Brown and Matt Donovan with you tonight on a cloudy evening on the south side, La Pinta Field, on the campus of Roncalli High School. The 7-7 Roncalli Royals taking on the 8-7 Perry Meridian Falcons. And the lineup looks like this. For the Falcons, Mason Roman leads off. He's in right field. Mike Carter, the second baseman, hits second. Jake Phillips, the pitcher, bats third. Kellen Reed, the catcher, hits cleanup. Gavin McBeath at third base hits fifth. Colton Wright in center field bats sixth. Carson Woods, the DH, hits seventh. Cooper Harrell hits eighth. He's the first baseman. And Spencer Hoffman in left field bats ninth. For the Royals defensively, usuals in the outfield. J.J. Pendergrass in left. Johnny Rader in center field. Joey Milto in right. Left side of the infield, Carter Simmons and Noah Ressler. Rudy Shutley, the freshman, gets his first varsity start. He's at second base. Tanner Hudspeth, 2 days after pitching a no-hitter on Tuesday night, he's over at first base. Dylan Henry, the sophomore, behind the plate. And on the mound, the junior right-hander, Andrew Baugh, making his fourth appearance, second start of the year. He's 1-0. He's yet to allow an earned run in 10 2/3 innings. He's allowed 3 runs, all unearned. 4 hits, 13 strikeouts, and 5 walks. And he's coming off a stellar outing last week here on Wednesday night, winning a conference game against Bishop Chatard. Got the start, pitched 6 innings, allowed 1 run. It was unearned, just 1 hit, struck out 5, and walked 3.
Mason Roman.
So Mason Roman stands in to lead us off. Senior hitting .256. Hits from the right side. Roncalli, both these teams in action last night. The Royals lost 2-0 at Covenant Christian. And that pitch one hops the plate. 6:01 our start time. 60 degrees, light rain chance, wind out of the, no, not much wind, coming out of center field at 7 miles an hour. There's my partner, Matt Donovan, has many talents. He's AMS certified. That ball's up the middle, knocked down behind second base by Ressler, but there'll be no play. It's an infield hit for Roman to start it off. And here's Mike Carter, the second baseman, hitting .486. Mentioned the Royals lost last night, Matt. The Falcons, on the other hand, winning 2-1 at home over Greenwood. So both teams got a conference home-and-home split.
Tell you what, first pitch, obviously a little bit outside. We'll be interested to see what Perry does here. Good pitch by Baugh as he starts it off. First pitch strike, it's what you always want.
Perry Meridian runs 69 stolen bases in 15 games. So we'll see how much they want to test the sophomore catcher Dylan Henry tonight. Roman down at first base has 10 steals on the year. Dancing around but won't go, and pitch. Carter swings through that one. It's behind in the count 0-2.
You have to give Baugh a lot of credit. I mean, obviously the person at first base is really toying with him. He's got to try to stay focused and obviously try to stay ahead as much as he possibly can.
Throws over. Hudspeth holds the runner there. We mentioned Tanner pitched a no-hitter on Tuesday night. Royals getting a split, beating Covenant Christian here 2-0 on Tuesday night, and then losing by the identical score on the west side last night. Pitch, curveball stays high, a ball. Hudspeth struck out 13 and walked just 1. In the first no-hitter by a Royal pitcher since Nick Schnell no-hit Perry Meridian back in May of 2017. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strikeout.
Sorry, Rob. He did a really good job of changing his speed when it came to that pitch, and obviously that really helped him a great deal.
Jake Phillips.
Here's Jake Phillips, the pitcher tonight. He's hitting .353 at the plate, 18 out of 51. Junior is Phillips. Ball steps off for a moment. Runner goes, pitch high. Henry throws down, the throw is high. And Roman beats it regardless for stolen bases, 11th of the season.
Great jump. Obviously he timed it perfectly and got a really good, great first step, was on his way, and it was a really good jump by him.
Jake Banwarth, the head coach of this Perry Meridian team, he's down that third base coach's box in his 5th season with the Falcons. So Roman a huge lead at second base, and the pitch stays high to Phillips. Ball behind in the count, 2-0.
Phillips, for a pitcher, is about as well. He's on the white, so you got to give him credit as a pitcher to be on the white in the batter's box. That's pretty gamey.
Throw back. Wrestler, the shortstop, coming over to cover and take the throw, and almost able to get Roman on the slide in.
Which was a good catch because that was on the second base side of the base, and that very well could have been in center field. It's a balk.
And Boz balks the runner to third. Roman causing all sorts of havoc over there, dancing around.
And the umpire's trying to tell ball right now. What he didn't do is he didn't come to a very good, hesitation before he went into his motion, and that obviously caused the balk. So he, obviously the second base, obviously the steal, and it obviously is kind of getting him a little bit rattled here. Let's see if he can come back a little bit good pitch.
Ball is ripped into center field over the head of Rader, giving chase, and it one-hops the fence. Roman will jog home with the game's first run, and Phillips trots into second base with the RBI double.
Phillips jumped on that pitch route and drove it, and obviously it was over Rader's head. But boy, he one-hopped it, but it was a great line shot for the pitcher to obviously help himself out for Perry Meridian.
Perry Meridian leads the game 1-0. Courtesy runner in, Connor Logsden,
the catcher, number 3,
running for the pitcher Phillips. And pitching coach Patrick Hudspeth taking a walk out to the mound to talk with Ball. 1 out, 1 on, 1 in this top of the first. Falcons leading 1-0.
You wonder what he's out there to try to tell him. Contain your composure, battle through. Don't let this first run try to affect what you're going to do. And it's a good move, and in essence, in this early part of the game.
Patrick Hudspeth, he's been around a little bit in terms of, was it D2 All-American at St. Leo down in Florida, pitched in the minor leagues.
I'm sure he's wishing that Florida weather is here right now.
Yep. Just had his knee worked on. As those of you watching with us tonight saw that he's got a pretty heavy knee brace on that left leg. So back to it, and the cleanup hitter, Kellen Reed, the catcher, stands in. He's a senior, hitting .372. And Ball drops a breaking ball in for a strike.
Caught that corner, which was a good pitch, and at the same point in time, really had the batter off balance.
Step off, and the runner back. Logsden does have 5 stolen bases. He's a senior down at second, courtesy running for the pitcher Phillips. Pitch, foul back off the end of the bat. Back to the screen.
When you always see a foul ball come straight back like that, you get a little nervous because that's a close miss.
Yes.
And Reed was obviously on it up pretty good.
Pitch. Off-speed pitch stays high, and it's 1-2. Lights are on here at LaPinta Field. Cloudy evening on the south side of Indianapolis.
Ball really just needs to try to find a way to just throw a hard fastball past him if he can.
Ball fouled off the end of the bat, twisting out of play down the right side. Good crowd still meandering in. Busy night here on campus. Tennis team hosting Cardinal Ritter down the way from us. Tennis team 8-0 on the season, off to their best start in 10 years.
It's all coaching,
It's
really.
all the coaching.
It's all coaching.
David Lauk and the softball team just down from us hosting Martinsville tonight. High fastball swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove of Henry for out number 2.
And good job by Henry. I mean, obviously as a tip, he held it. It was a high, obviously a high pitch, and boy, that helps your pitcher out tremendously.
Here's Gavin McBeath, junior first baseman, hits from the right side. .250 on the season. A couple home runs and 8 knocked in. Softball team hosting Martinsville tonight. Keegan Rothrock spun a perfect game last night.
She's amazing.
and had 5 hits in the win over Franklin Central.
What didn't she do?
Yeah, 12 strikeouts, perfect game, and 5 hits at the plate, including a home run.
Is that it? Is that all?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the softball team is 12 games into the season, and Rothrock is 2 home runs away from the single-season record. She has 8 home runs. Throw back.
I think I had 2 in my career, so I
Lawson
tipped my
slides in.
hat. Sorry.
Well, as a team, the softball team record is 34 home runs in a season. They're sitting on 32 right now.
Oh, my Lord.
In 12 games. Time called. McBeath steps out with an 0-1 count. There's a fair amount of chirping going on in the first base dugout at the moment.
Tell you what, you got to give Perry Meridian credit. They're not afraid. They're really high in the batter's box, trying to kind of squeeze as much as possible.
A pitch taken high, a ball. 1-1.
Clearly, when you're that close, you know you're going to get jammed, and you better hope to God you don't get hit.
In on the fist, McBeath fights it off. A can of corn into center field. Raider camps underneath it, has it for the out. And that will end the inning. But in the inning, the Falcons get a run on 2 hits. No errors and a runner left. We're through a half inning. Royals will come take their cracks here in a moment after we step out for 30 seconds on the Roncalli Media Network.
Steve's Flowers and Gifts is your family-owned Indianapolis and Greenwood florist. Our mission is to establish and maintain the highest level of floral value and customer service at comfortable consumer prices. For the best and freshest flowers in Indianapolis and surrounding areas, Steve's Flowers and Gifts has exactly what you're looking for. Check out our wide selection of flower arrangements to make your next occasion memorable. Call 317-787-3431 or visit us at 3150 East Thompson Road.
Meridian leads 1-0. We move to the bottom of the first. Check for the Royals of Roncalli. Rudy Shutley, the freshman, leads off. He's playing second base. Johnny Rader bats second. He's in center field. Joey Milto hits third. He's in right field. J.J. Pendergrass, the cleanup hitter, bats fourth. Andrew Ball, the pitcher, hits fifth. Tanner Hudspeth at first base bats sixth. Alex Amadeo, the DH, hits seventh. Carter Simmons at third base bats eighth. Dylan Henry behind the plate hits ninth. For the Falcons defensively, Hoffman, Wright, and Rollman in the outfield, left, right, center. McBeath at third base. McCormick at shortstop. Carter and Harrell on the right side of the infield. Reed behind the plate, and the pitcher is the junior who doubled in a run in the top of the first, Jacob Phillips, making his 5th appearance, all starts. He's 3-1 with a 2.30 ERA in 24 and a third innings. He's allowed 12 runs, 8 earned, 16 hits, 22 strikeouts, and 7 walks. Rudy Shutley hits from the left side of the plate. His varsity action thus far has been largely limited to courtesy running. One of the leading hitters on the JV team. He's 0 for 2 so far in varsity plate appearances.
No disrespect, but I think he needs to get some stirrups for Shutley.
Yeah, he's showing some sock, but no stirrups.
Yeah. But boy, he had a nice rip at that first pitch.
He was very active on the base pass, courtesy running here on Friday night against top-ranked Center Grove last week. A speed pitch catches the inside corner.
It's a great pitch that he threw.
And Phillips quickly ahead in the count, 0-2.
Phillips really kind of confused him, but at the same point in time, he put it right on the corner.
And he takes it on the inside corner for strike 3. So Shutley fouls off the first pitch, looks at the next 2, and he's gone on strikes.
The center fielder, number 1.
Here's Johnny Rader. Johnny hitting .258 on the year. 8 out of 31. Homer and 4 knocked in. That breaking ball stays up for a ball. Johnny 0 for 6 in the 2 games against Covenant Christian earlier this week. Hits this one on the fat part of the bat, and he sends this one over the fence. Johnny Rader, his 2nd home run of the season. And that ties the game as Rader goes straight away left field to tie this one at 1.
Tell you, the thing to give Raider credit, that pitch was a little bit high, but boy, he caught it basically the seams coming off the pitch, and he just drilled it. That great piece of hitting right there.
So Raider got all of that one. And the Royals have tied this game at 1.
And Rob, you hear people say a lot of times, fast hands. Raiders' fast hands really helped himself with that one. Great piece of hitting by Raider.
Here's Joey Milto. Chops this first pitch right back to the mound. Phillips is off the mound, throws over to first for the out, 2 away.
Good move by Phillips. I mean, it was clearly, his release of the pitch was his body was going obviously to first base. He moved back, snap, perfect throw. You got to give credit to the pitcher. It was a wonderful play by him.
So 2 outs. Here's J.J. Pendergrass, the sophomore left fielder, hitting .233 on the year, 1 out of 6 in the 2 games with Covenant. Did have a double and drove in a run. 2 runs, I should say. And J.J. was the starting pitcher last night. He pitched 6 innings and allowed only 2 hits. So he is starting to starting to solidify himself as a solid option as a starting pitcher for Aaron Kroll as we head into May. He's had 2 straight really good outings. The first one in that sequence coming on Friday night when he pitched 4 innings against top-ranked Center Grove and gave up just 3 runs. Kept the Royals in the ball game.
He'd love to have that pitch back. He was a little late, and at the same point in time, he was ready to really kind of drive that to left field like Raider did.
1-2 count. Check swing. It's on the outside corner, strike 3. So like his opposite number ball, Phillips strikes out 2 in the inning, but he also gives up a run. In the inning, the Royals get a run on Raiders homer. We're through 1, and we're tied at 1. We're back with inning number 2 after this 30-second pause on the Roncalli Media Network.
Providing comfort for families in their time of need is the main concern of the staff at Lauk Veldoff Funeral Home. We are a small family-owned firm and take great pride in the personal service we offer and the family-like atmosphere at our facility. At Lauk Veldoff, we only serve one family at a time, providing compassionate care and affordable options, truly part of your community. Lauk and Veldoff Funeral and Cremation Services. Call 317-636-6655.
Tonight's broadcast is a copyrighted production of the Roncalli Media Network. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or account of this game without the express written consent of the Roncalli Media Network is prohibited. Rob Brown, Matt Donovan with you. Great crew on hand with us on the video side tonight. We'll be back with you on Saturday for an audio-only doubleheader as a great softball on tap on Saturday as the top-ranked Royals host number 3 New Pal. That's a huge matchup. Probably the first of 2 as they're in the same sectional. First of 2 times they'll meet this year. New Pal undefeated after beating Center Grove on the road last night. We'll have that game for you 10 o'clock on RoncalliMediaNetwork.com. And then at 2 o'clock, the Royals will take on Marist out of suburban Chicago.
Wow.
Catholic Power, one of the top teams in the state of Illinois. It's a great day of softball on RoncalliMediaNetwork.com.
An impressive matchup.
And Mr. Joe Bonich will be alongside for that one. That should be a treat and then some. We will have the delay button ready for Joe Bonich, just in case. Bunt laid down, but it's foul. Good bunt. A little too strong with the contact, and it rolls foul down the left side. That was Colton Wright, the speedster. 20 stolen bases for Wright. So he's obviously a guy that if he gets on, he's dangerous. He hits .340. Hits from the right side.
You got to obviously, you got to start creeping up. If obviously he put it down, boy, he had some wheels out of the box.
Ball steps off. So that softball arrangement on Saturday is a 3-team, 2-game deal to try and get everybody some quality opponents. So Roncalli and New Pal at 10 o'clock, Marist and New Pal at noon, and then Roncalli and Marist at 2.
That's some quality matchups right there.
Curveball breaks in for a strike on the outside corner. Marist last year 38-1, Illinois state champions.
Wow.
Their only loss was to Lake Central, the team that Roncalli defeated in the 4A state final.
Wow.
Swing and a miss. Wright can't catch up, and Ball has his third strikeout of the game.
Now batting the designated hitter.
That's a great out because Wright is a really good. He's obviously can get the ball down, get to first base. You know, anytime you have somebody who's got wheels like that, it's good to keep them off the bags.
Here's Carson Woods, sophomore DH, hitting .312 on the year. And give credit to Marist coming down from Chicago. They're getting their money's worth. They're going to come down and play Tri-West tomorrow night, who's one of the top teams in 3A in the state of Indiana.
That's a nice road trip.
Pitch stayed up for a ball. First pitch to Woods.
And you're not shying away from the competition, so you tip your hat to them.
That pitch at the
Good
knees catches the bottom of the zone for a strike. Should mention Tim Leslie is our plate umpire. DeWitt Akers on the bases tonight.
If memory serves me right, Woods' older brother played for Perry Meridian, catcher. I think he's at North Central playing baseball.
Yes, sounds right.
Baseball in the family.
That's the D3 in Illinois, North Central,
Yes.
right?
Great D3 program.
That ball is hit a long way, but foul, well foul. It stays in the park and short hops the fence in the left field corner. Pendergrass gave it a run, but was not able to get to that one. It's 2-2.
Boy, you could tell Woods hit that off the end of the bat because the more it traveled, it just started to die.
Yep.
And we're thankful in that aspect.
You look at the flag out in straightaway center field, just behind the 380 side. Not a lot of movement. 2-2. Pitch low. And the count goes full. I think this is the first full count of the game for Baugh. This hitter number 7. Pitch. Lifted, hit off the fist, but lifted back foul over our heads. Out of play.
It was a good move by Baugh. He obviously didn't want Woods to come around, so he put it in on his hands, and to Woods' credit, he fouled it off. Hopefully he can. I'd like to see him do it again. Put it on his hands and try to ring up the out.
Woods out in front of this one, and it's down the left side. Simmons goes to the fence to give chase, but it's out of play.
You tip your hat to Woods, Rob. He's actually he's a hitter in this situation.
He's managed to turn on everything that Ball has offered up in on the hands. One out in the top of the second in a 1-1 game. Each team getting a single run in the first.
And he has a big open stance, Woods does.
Ball's ready. Here's the pitch. And on the fist again. This time it's fouled straight back into the netting. Third pitch that Woods has fouled off on this plate appearance.
He's clearly giving Baugh a run.
Ball is ready, deals. Pitch high, ball. And Woods works the walk. That's a good at-bat by the DH Woods.
The first baseman, number 18, Cooper Harrell.
Here's Cooper Harrell, senior first baseman, hitting an even 400. We mentioned the base running of Perry Meridian. 3 stolen bases for Woods down at first base. 70 steals now with Roman steal in the first inning. 70 steals in 15 games.
That's a big number.
By comparison, the Royals have 23 steals in 14 games.
And Baugh, on his kind of like a fastball, it's obviously staying a little high, so its release is a little too high. You like to see him bring it down a little bit. Just to be able to manage the zone. Great
That
off
pitch
speed.
dropped through the zone, and Harrell swung over the top of it for strike 1. Count evens.
You know, and you're looking at Baugh on the rubber. He is over the third base side. Rarely do you see a person be that far over on the rubber. Typically, they're more on the first base side. That's impressive.
Pitch stays up, and it's 2-1. A lot of movement down there. Woods jockeying around at first base. Hudspeth holds him there. Ball has yet to throw over. 2-1 the count. 1 out in the top of the second. They throw over. Now they got him hung up, leaning the wrong way. Hudspeth running him towards second base. The throw to the shortstop wrestler, and they tag him out.
Give credit to Hudspeth there, Rob, because what he did is when the ball came over, obviously from Baugh, he ran him as hard as he could to second, and obviously to make that run down as short as possible. So you tip your hat to him because that's good fundamentals as a first baseman in a rundown like that.
So it goes 1-3-6 on the caught stealing. 2 outs, and the count should stay on the board. The count is 2-1. 2-1 to our hitter Cooper Harrell, but now 2 outs with the caught stealing.
Big out. Now you want Baugh to just focus on getting this one and obviously getting out of the inning.
Ball's ready, deals. Pitch high.
You can't emphasize enough when you get a guy caught in that kind of scenario where Perry Meridian is running, what a huge relief it is. Obviously that's, a go figure, but it enables your pitcher to really focus on what needs to take place.
That ball is hit solidly into center field. Raider giving chase, and he runs it down short of the fence in left center. Raider got a good jump on it. It was hit over his head, but he ran it down shy of the wall for the final out of the inning. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We head to the bottom of the second in a 1-1 game. We're back with more in 30 seconds on the Roncalli Media Network.
Ortho Indy Hospital was just recognized by Quantros Care Checks Awards as the #1 hospital in Indiana for total joint replacement and for major orthopedic surgery. And you can find that #1 care right here in Johnson County. Hip or knee pain slowing you down? Find relief at Ortho Indy Hospital South in Greenwood. From spine to sports and hands to hips, they can do it all at Ortho Indy, so they can do what's right for you. Schedule time to discuss your options at orthoindy.com/south.
Businesses and organizations in Central Indiana, they take time to learn about your business so they can provide affordable and strategic solutions. To learn more, call Steve today at 317-231-5547. Hitters 5, 6, 7 due up for the Royals in this bottom of the second inning. A tie game, a 1-1 game. That too. Jacob Phillips completing his warm-ups.
Okay, I'm going to go on record as saying I think Phillips either looks like Rob Dibble or Jonathan Broxton. Which one?
The pitcher.
Broxton was about 5'11". Dibble was about 6'3".
Okay, so we'll go.
We're going to go with Broxton.
Okay, and Broxton had a great, goatee.
Yes, he did.
And I got to give credit to obviously Phillips has got a good one, without a doubt.
So Andrew Ball leads it off for the Royals. Takes a pitch high, 235 on the year, 6 out of 34. James Thorpe coaching first base for the Royals tonight. That pitch misses away. Aaron Kroll in his 8th season as Roncalli's head man down in that third base box. 133, 53, and 1 his record here. Ball swings on the 2-0 pitch, pops it up in the infield. The shortstop McCormick has it in the dirt, and he'll take it for the out.
McCormick almost, he kind of had a little step there. You thought for a second. Yeah, he hit it. He lost his glasses and almost stepped or fell over him. So kudos to him.
There's Tanner Hudspeth hitting 189 on the year, 7 out of 37. The junior takes a curveball for a strike. Showing socks tonight. I enjoy that. As he called them, he was actually getting his shoes tied up when we came up tonight to set up as the broadcast booth doubles as the Royals clubhouse. Strike 2 on the corner. And he asked me what I thought about his Babe Ruth pants, as he called them.
Babe Ruth, okay.
Big fan of those.
Without a doubt. It looks like Soriano, though, with this.
Off-speed pitch on the outside corner for strike 3. Third strikeout for Phillips, and they've all been looking 2 away.
Phillips has done a really good job of really throwing as we'd like to say, throwing the ball away, hitting the outside corner and doing a really good job. And when you watch him throw, Rob, he hides the ball incredibly well behind his back, which does make it hard for the hitter to pick it up.
So here's Alex Amadeo, the DH, the senior. First pitch, swinging line drive into left field, a base hit.
Solid hit by Amadeo. And he almost tripped over first base, but thankfully he did not. But great piece of hitting in between third and short.
First pitch swinging, Amadeo. Lines one into left field. Here's Carter Simmons, junior third baseman. hitting in the eighth spot tonight.
I would like to see him put something down to make the pitcher get off the mound. Good call. Been in too long,
Yep.
get out.
Phillips took too long, so Simmons called for and was granted time. He steps back in.
If he can put something in the third base kind of side, it helps him greatly.
Oh, pitch in the dirt. Catcher can't find it. Now he does. Not enough to allow Amadeo to get away from the base. What are your thoughts on the pitch clock in minor league baseball? Do you know much about that?
Yeah. It's kind of the same with everybody. You want to move that game along. I'm okay with it. I just think in some respects there's a lot of
misses the corner.
nonsense. You know what I mean? A lot of wasted time.
So my understanding is it's 13 seconds.
Yep.
If the bases are empty, 19 if there's a base runner aboard. And when the pitch clock hits 0, if the pitcher is not ready, it's a ball. If the hitter's not ready, it's a strike.
The only thing is you can imagine how difficult that is for an umpire to maintain that.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, that's the gripe is be consistent, meaning, have one time, because it's hard in that aspect. You're putting it on the umpire.
Simmons can't catch up on that one, and he's still ahead in the count 2-1. I think the minor league games have been shortened by an average of 22 minutes so far this season.
And if you notice, the attendance in minor league is up tremendously.
Yes, it is. Simmons hits this one down the line, just wide of the bag of third. Foul. 2-2 the count. It's north of 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The games have been shortened here 1 month into the season.
The interesting thing is the amount of the attendance for early this time of the year for minor league baseball. Usually it's pretty thin, so to see that gives you great promise.
2-2 pitch to Simmons. Curveball stayed up. Ooh. Phillips thought he had strike 3.
Boy,
that was close.
Very close.
That was close.
And it was a beautiful pitch, too.
So now the count's full. 2 outs. Amadeo will be in motion. Pitch. Hit up the middle. All right, the second baseman. The play is at first. Over to first for the out. And that'll do it. So good contact by Simmons, but the second baseman, Carter's able to retire him 4-3 to end the inning. In the inning, the Royals get a hit, strand a runner. We head to the third. Roncalli and Perry Meridian tied at 1. We're back with more in 30 seconds on the Roncalli Media Network.
Harding Porman is a full-service printing and brand communications company. From creative services and strategy to print, signage, digital output, warehousing and fulfillment, mailing, e-commerce storefronts, and even mobile solutions. They are dedicating to helping their clients get the most out of their brand communication efforts with the quality they can see and results they can be sure of. Get the most out of your brand communications. Certified to be the best, Harding Porman.
Due up for the Falcons. Spencer Hoffman will lead it off. The senior left fielder. Hoffman hitting 118 on the year, 2 out of 17.
What would help Ball a lot is if his pitch count is low this inning. You're obviously at the lower part of the lineup, so you want to be efficient with your pitches, so you're in and you're out of there quickly. So I'd like to see a lot of first pitch strikes. And don't raise your count much, because now if we're getting into as you get into the third, 4 or 5, those innings, you want to try to get as much mileage as possible. So let's see what if he can do, especially the first pitch strike will help him greatly.
Well, this is the third game in as many nights for Roncalli. However, both Tuesday and Wednesday, swing and a miss. Both Tuesday and Wednesday, Aaron Kroll had his starter go the distance.
Wow!
So he had a complete game out of Pendergrass on Tuesday, and the no-hitter by Hudspeth on Tuesday. He went 7 innings, swing and a miss, and a pitch on the 5th. And then Pendergrass pitched 6 full last night. So the bullpen is fully available tonight.
He would be very controversial in MLB, letting his guys go the distance.
Yes, pitch low, a ball. Now,
And
there is a
especially
game
with the no-hitter.
There is a game on Saturday afternoon, so you do have to be mindful of that. I think Hudspeth may be able to come back. That pitch outside corner taken for strike 3. 4th strikeout of the game for Ball.
And he pounded it. You could hear it all the way up here. You have to give credit to the catcher for putting that out there. So he just nailed it. You're going to get it most of the time.
Back to the top of the order, and Mason Rollman, infield hit. He stole second, went to third on a balk, and then scored on Phillips' double. Takes that pitch up. So thinking about the pitching situation for tonight, obviously Hudspeth is not available, but with the pitch count rules, he threw 92 pitches on Tuesday night. That ball is laced into left center field. It'll drop for a hit. Rader coming to cut it over. Throwing to second base. Rollman took a big turn, and he wisely heads back to first.
That was an aggressive turn. I thought for a second he was on his motor to go. You got to give Rader knew that and obviously got it in as quick as he could, turning him back. So good defensive move by Rader.
So the pitch count rule is if you throw between 81 and 100 pitches, and Hudspeth threw 92, you can come back after 3 days. So he could come back and pitch on Saturday.
Ooh, that was close.
Ooh, that was a close pickoff play on the tag on the hip.
Hudspeth really helped Baugh there in a sense in getting a good stretch to get it with hope for the tag. Compliment to him.
Mike Carter at the plate, pitch high a ball. Carter struck out in his first time up.
Baugh looks like he didn't have good landing as he threw that pitch. You could kind of see it in his motion too.
Throw over and a tag on the shoulder. Hudspeth thought they had him. Rollman cutting that one very close.
It was very close, and at the same point in time, that was one of those bang-bang situations where it could have gone, in my opinion, it could have gone either way, really.
Pitch, foul off the end of the bat into the fencing next to the Meridian dugout first base side. So the Royals had a game originally scheduled on Saturday morning against Cecina. That game was scrubbed as the Crusaders are alive in the city tournament. But that game was quickly replaced this afternoon with a game against Avon. Curveball drops in for a strike. So the Royals will play Avon here at 12:30 on Saturday. JV game before that. So we likely see Hudspeth pitch on Saturday against Avon. A ball throws over again. This time Roman's back with room to spare. Tagged on the hip as he dove in. 1-2 the count to the batter, Carter. 1 out, top of the third. A 1-1 game.
You know, when you watch Roland down there, he reminds you of Dave Roberts when he was running the bases. Great.
Swing and a miss. Carter strikes out for the second time, and there's 2 away.
Have to give credit to Baugh. That was a big strikeout. I mean, obviously strikeouts are big, but when he's playing around with the guy down at first base, to get that person, now you're in a 2-out situation, just focus on the batter.
Here's the pitcher, Phillips, with 1 out. He doubled Rollman in for the Falcons' only run of the game thus far. Double left center field. Throw over, and he's back is Rollman. That was close as well. Boy, Rollman's lead just keeps getting bigger and bigger down there. Pitch to Phillips in the dirt, blocked by Henry.
Baugh has a nice throw to first base, you know. I mean, what I mean by that is he moves quickly, gets the throw fast out of his hands over to Hudspeth, which it's a good move.
Breaking ball hits the letters for a strike.
You have to give, the thing of it is in this situation, Henry's done a nice job setting it up and Baugh's hit it, and obviously a majority of the time you're going to get the call.
Throw over, Rollman's diving back again.
Put 2 more on there and you're cruising into obviously the bottom of the third, which is, like we stated earlier, don't run your pitch count up.
Runner goes. Pitch taken inside corner for a strike. There'll be no throw. Second stolen base of the day for Rollman. 1-2 the count to Phillips, and Baugh locking in on the hitter here, trying to get out of the inning, as Matt mentioned, with 2 away. And the ball is blooped to second base. Shutley's underneath it for the out, and that'll do it. So a bloop pop up to second base that Shutley secures for the 3rd out of the inning. In the inning, the Falcons get a hit, strand a runner. No errors by the Royals. No runs for the Falcons. We're through 2.5 in a 1-1 game. Back with more in a moment on the Roncalli Media Network.
Search for top mortgage lender near me. JC Bank. I guess the search is over.
Yes, with JCB, the search is over. Whether you're looking to purchase, refinance, or tap into the equity of your current home, the search is over with JC Bank. JC Bank has the big bank tools, convenient locations, and personalized service that will make you feel right at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. Visit jcbank.com/top lender for details and special offers.
Providing leading-edge bone joint, spine, and muscle care from multiple locations throughout Central Indiana while staying true to their mission and their patients. Call them at 317-802-2000. Ortho Indy also, as always, sponsors of our Player of the Game, which we'll hand out in the post-game show. Matt will be in charge of that task. We'll put that on his to-do list.
I love a challenge. I rise to the occasion usually.
We will, as we move through the broadcast tonight, touch on a number of topics, including baseball history. But I have a question for you. This crossed my mind earlier today. I need some background first, however. As Dylan Henry, the number 9 hitter, leads off this bottom of the 3rd for the Royals, hitting .231. Was there always a minor league baseball team in Peoria when you were growing up?
There was for a period of time, then it went away, and then it came back.
Okay.
Came back under the Cubs.
Outside corner taking a strike. Was it Cardinals first?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, came back as the Chiefs, obviously, Cubs organization, and you ready for the first pitcher to debut?
It's Greg Maddux, right?
Greg Maddux, yes.
So did you have a favorite, I'm going to answer it my way here in a moment, but did you have a favorite minor league player, like a guy that was like your guy?
Mark Grace.
Mark Grace, okay.
He was just a tremendous hitter.
Henry hits this one into center field. Camping under it is Wright. Straight away center. He makes the catch for the out, 1 away.
Good job by Wright because he made a bad first step, but he recovered to make the play.
Back to the top of the order.
Back to the top of the order for Roncalli.
Here's Rudy Shutley. He struck out looking, the freshman.
Rudy Shutley.
Second baseman.
At some point in my collection, if you'd like, I have the ticket for when Greg Maddux debuted for the Peoria Chiefs. I'm sure it's a valuable piece if you want to get your hands on it.
Absolutely. But check that out. And Shutley takes the first pitch, off-speed pitch, hit him in the arm. Tosses his bat and goes right down to first.
If Shutley can get a good jump, he could be at second easily.
We'll see what the Royals are able to do with Shutley on base with 1 out. Here's Johnny Rader. He homered in the first. Solo home run for the Royals' only run of the game. So the Indians have always been here. Obviously, they've been here for a long time. Here in Indianapolis. AAA club.
During the hiatus, we had kind of it was called the Peoria Suns. Still to this day don't understand how they came up with that because it's not like Peoria, Illinois is like Arizona.
It's Peoria, Arizona.
It's not like it's the sun destination of the world, but then the Chiefs came back, and here's another one. Another famous name.
Shutley dives back. The throw is knocked free as Shutley slid in.
Rafael Palmeiro.
Okay.
Outfielder. So you stop and think about it. You had Grace, Palmeiro, obviously Maddux. It was obviously a great town for that, single A kind of baseball.
Of course, tons of Cubs fans in Peoria.
Huge. Split 50-50, though. The other half was for that other team that's south. I don't really have any recollection who they are, but, that's who they've all decided to cheer for. But a huge Cubs town. When the World Series, you figured the town almost burnt down.
Shutley goes, swing and a miss, throw down. He slides in, and he is safe. The ball came free. Second baseman Carter could not get a handle on the throw. 1-1 is the count, by the way. So Rudy Shelley with the stolen base. He's down at second base with one away.
Be patient for Rader here. I mean, obviously that last swing was one he'd love to have back. Obviously he was trying to move him, but he now needs to bring this guy around with an opportunity.
They have the shift on. The second baseman is on the left field side of second base. So 3 infielders on the left side is what the right-hand hitting Raider is facing.
So would you play the baseball kind of gods or whatever and put a bunt down or not?
Well, if you could bunt it past the mound, you could run for days.
Exactly.
And Raider swings and misses. Retired on strikes for the second out of the inning.
The number one topic always when the shift comes on, who would and who wouldn't.
Yeah. Here's Joey Milto. He grounded back to the pitcher in his first time up. So for most of my, Jake Banwart taking a trip out to the mound to talk with his pitcher. The Indians were the Reds AAA team up until about the mid-'80s. When I got into high school, then they switched to the Expos. So a lot of those Expos, you had Larry Walker, Andres Galarraga, Randy Johnson, the lineup of the Shields. Yep. Casey Candell.
Oh, God, I forgot about
all those
Casey
guys
Candell.
came through here. But I was a Reds guy, and you know, by the time I got to high school, my allegiance had long been formed. So in the late 70s, my guy with the Indians was Champ Summers. That was my guy.
I was great.
The MVP of the American Association in 1977.
I'll tell you why I was Grace. Grace never wore batting gloves.
Yep.
And every once in a while, we would play, Peoria would play some team, and the other first baseman would forget his glove or whatever the case would be, and Grace would leave his glove on the bag for the other guy.
That's old school right there.
That is tremendously old school.
Pitch to Milto. He chases one off the outside corner for strike one.
And you want to talk about a guy who could literally spray the ball in all kinds of areas. Grace was one of those guys. The only other guy, I'll see if you can remember that type of, obviously lefty. You'd think of Will Clark, Tony Gwynn. Those guys were just like Will Grace. Or, just like Mark Grace. And in essence, just pure hitters.
Will Clark getting his, as you know, I have a fondness for listening to different baseball teams, radio play-by-play guys. And Will Clark getting his number retired by the Giants later this summer.
My favorite about Will Clark is one time he hit a home run and he looked in the dugout and went, oh, my goodness, and then ran down to first base.
Yes.
It's like in Bull Durham. But he never got thrown at the next time up, which you have to give him credit in that aspect.
Shetley has a big lead at second base, and Phillips took way too long to come set, so Milto granted time.
You stop and think about Mississippi State, that thunder and lightning. Will Clark, Rafael Palmeiro. Not sure you'd see a duo like that ever again.
Pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, and Shetley heads down to third. That'll be a wild pitch. And let's not forget who was on the pitching staff of that Mississippi State team. My man Jeff Brantley.
Cowboy was on
and Bobby Thigpen.
Oh yeah, well, Thigpen, okay. Cowboy was on
Jeff
that.
Brantley was on that team. Absolutely. Curveball drops in for a strike, and it's 1-2.
Did Cowboys talk as slow as possible back
Yes.
then? Okay, all right.
Absolutely.
So some things never really changed.
Absolutely.
Okay.
1-2 to Milto. That pitch misses away. 2-2. Rudy Shetley down at third base. 2 outs in the bottom of the third, and a tie game, 1-1. Roncalli and Perry Meridian. Happy you're with us on a Thursday night. Pitch chopped up the middle. Shortstop McCormick over, spins, pirouettes, throws to first for the out. And Milto is retired, as are the Royals. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors by the Falcons, and a runner left. We're through 3, all tied at 1. Stay tuned. 4th inning next on the Roncalli Media Network.
A proud supporter of Roncalli High School, Indy Teledata provides IT solutions for businesses and organizations in central Indiana. For over 10 years, Steve Battiato and his team of professionals have provided comprehensive computing support, business telephone solutions, network infrastructure, and productivity suite integration. For a free evaluation of your technology needs, give Steve and his team a call at 317-231-5547 or visit us at indyteledata.com.
run, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left.
Let's go back to the
4,
inning.
5, 6. Due up for Meridian.
My apologies for talking over you.
Oh, you're right.
I think that was, if we saw it on a highlight reel, that's an Ozzie Smith kind of move. You catch, you spin, you turn.
Yep.
A lot of times that throw is usually wild in the dirt or whatever, and a great play. That obviously helped them tremendously because you had obviously Shotley on third. You don't make that play, there's another run on the board.
But that spin is still taking you toward first base.
Yep.
So you're moving toward your target as you're making that spin. McCormick with the nice play to end the inning.
But a lot of guys typically come around with that spin and they're wild. You know,
for sure.
They're not. Their throw is not
The catcher.
laser focused right to first base.
Here's the catcher, Kellen Reed, the senior. Struck out in his first time up. Ball has struck out 5, and Phillips has struck out 4. Pitch. First pitch swinging, lifted high in the air, tripping foul. Henry gives chase, but he runs out of room behind the Royals dugout, third base side. Baseball birthdays today. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I got
for it.
2.
I got 2 as well.
You got 2 baseball
Oh
birthdays?
yeah.
Okay.
Go, you go first. You're obviously the.
Okay, these are both near and dear to my heart.
Oh, you probably got mine too. Go ahead.
Tom Browning.
Yep, I got that one.
Tom Browning, 62 today.
Yep.
To any and all Reds fans,
Mr. Perfect.
he is known as Mr. Perfect.
Yep.
As check swing, Reed can't catch up, and he's behind 0-2.
As you can tell, my disdain for your team, but that's okay. He
62 years old, Tom Browning, 123 wins in the big leagues.
Yep.
All but a handful of those with the Reds. He did pitch for the Royals at the tail end of his career. Ball in the dirt, strike 3, but it gets away from Henry, and there'll be no play. Well, he throw down, but so we've got a strikeout and a runner aboard. So that's a strikeout and a pass ball. So that's a tough way to go on the strikeout.
Henry almost got him. As the ball got by and it was back to the stop, Henry got as fast as he could and turned. He was maybe a step or 2.
Here's Gavin McBeath. Flew out to Rader in center to end the inning in the first. So Reed down over at first base. I can't believe they've not sent a courtesy runner in for him as a catcher. He does have 2 steals, however. A throw over. Tom Browning, September 16th, 1988. That was the perfect game against the Dodgers at Riverfront. An hour and 51 minutes that game. Think about that.
It was a thing of beauty. Who would not like watching Tom Browning pitch?
An hour and 51 minutes is a 1-0 game. The quirky thing about that game is that there was a rain delay, and that game did not start until almost 10 o'clock at night.
And how many SIGs did March go through before that game started?
Quite a few.
Okay.
Quite a few.
Was Shotzi there too?
Shotzi was probably asleep in the doghouse.
And Cowboy was, I guarantee Cowboy didn't call that game. There's
no, he was
way.
still playing.
Yeah, that's
he was
what
playing
I
for
thought.
the Giants in '88.
But stop and think about it. If Cowboy were calling that game, there's no way that thing would have gotten
Marty and
time.
Joe, baby, all the way. Marty Brennan and Joe Nuxall. Now, here's the thing about that perfect game. The quirky fact about that perfect game? I believe there have been 24?
I think it's 24.
Perfect games in big league history. That pitch is tight, and it's 2-1. It is the only perfect game of those 24 that was thrown on artificial turf.
That's right. Riverfront's artificial turf.
The only one. Pitch high a ball, and it's 3-1. So runner down at first, nobody out. So Tom Browning, Mr. Perfect.
I would yet to say, or I will say this, I've yet to see somebody move a game as quick as Browning ever. He was just magical.
Swing and a miss on a pitch tailing away. Nice pitch by Baugh to run the count full. Tom Browning also famous in Reds lore for being fined by Davey Johnson for going and sitting up on the rooftops outside right field in Wrigley Field in full uniform.
He wanted to get a good view.
Swing off the end of the bat, foul into the netting. That was back when they used to sit on top of the roof and let their feet hang over before the rooftops became commercialized.
And that is where Harry had his infamous outfield call.
Yes.
I remember the best thing about Browning is if the catcher didn't give him the signal, he'd just throw.
Yep.
He wasn't waiting for him. That tells you how much control he had of the game and what he was going to throw. But the other part is he knew what he wanted to throw to the person in the dish.
So full count to McBeath, the third baseman.
think about this for a second. If Browning were pitching today, is how many guys step in and out, step in and out.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he'd have a
Outside corner missed, and McBeath has the walk. So first and second for the Falcons. They've got some action cooking. Nobody
Center
out.
fielder, number 24, Colton Wright.
Here's the center fielder, Colton Wright. He struck out in his first time up. Royals expecting a bunt as Hudspeth is in on the grass at first base. Simmons is back even with the bag at third. Ball looks back at second to check the runner. Pitch. Curveball drops in for a strike as Wright pulled the bat back. Showed bunt, then pulled it back.
That's Ball's 7th first pitch strike.
It's about a 50%, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Pitch high and tailing up for a ball.
It was a good job by Henry because that was close to being at the backstop, and he did a good job getting out of his position to make sure he's got it.
Yeah, this is the 15th hitter Ball has faced. One the count, the pitch. Wright shows bunt and fouls it back into the screen.
And that was Ball doing a good job of just basically making it hard for him. Throw it in. Don't let him try to get around. Don't let him get started, as we would always say. He's ahead. Now he needs to obviously get this one by – I'd like to see him throw one on his hands again.
Let's see if he keeps the bunt on with 2 strikes. 1-2. Shows bunt. Offered up. Did he go? Yes, he did. Strike 3. So that's the first out of the inning.
Henry did a good job of snagging it because it looked like it was
may have clipped the bat even.
Yeah. He held it, which was that's not easy.
Here's Carson Woods. He walked and then was picked off in a rundown in the second inning. First and second, 1 out, top of the 4th, and a 1-1 game. Breaking ball drops low for a ball.
Obviously, Boss trying to go away because Woods did a really good job of fighting him the last time.
Yes, he did.
He obviously wants him to get his hands out there with hopes of maybe pushing it down to first.
Hudspeth is at the cut of the grass over at first.
Good pitch.
Fastball taken right at the letters for a strike. Simmons even with the bag at third. Middle infield at double play depth. Wrestler jumping in behind the runner in his shortstop position. Fouled off the end of the bat into the screen.
You always hear the words big out. This is one right here.
Yeah. 1-2 the count.
Do not let Woods turn his hands. Try to pull it. He's got an obviously open stance. Don't let him get around. So make it go on to the other side of him.
Pitch. In the dirt. Henry with a nice block to keep it in front of him. Runners stay put, and the count evens at 2-2. 1 out in the top of the 4th, 1-1 game. Falcons have runners at second and first. Reed down at second, McBeath over at first. The 2-2. It stayed low, a ball, and the count's full.
You hate to see that happen when you get a full count situation like this. You certainly don't want to put him full.
Ball looks in for the sign. He's ready. Checks the second base runner. Swing and a miss. And the runners will move up on the double steal.
Good pitch. You give Woods a lot of credit. I mean, he battles. Obviously, we witnessed that in the earlier innings. So you have to also say that's pretty aggressive on Perry Meridian's case. Obviously, the double steal, but
first base is open now with 2 outs. And Cooper Harrell at the plate. He smoked a ball into left center field that Rader ran down for the 3rd out of the inning. Interesting that they are not, they might consider putting Harrell on. Foul back to the screen as the number 9 hitter, Spencer Hoffman's hitting 112, and he was badly overmatched in his first at bat in a strikeout.
They still have the opportunity to be able to do it.
Pitch around him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think some people look at, 2 outs, just focus on the batter. Don't do anything crazy here.
Curveball missed away, and the count evens at 1.
if you notice what Baugh is doing, it's kind of what we stated before with Woods, and that is you're not coming in. You're obviously trying to put it away. The one thing is you get a little worried at how much time.
Yeah. Time called, and Harrell steps out.
It's interesting when you're trying to obviously use the curveball slider and stuff like that, where Baugh is on that mound. Better yet, the rubber.
That pitch stayed up, and it's 2-1.
You typically may see guys move around on that rubber more than anything, to where you want to position. So Baugh's, he's obviously still in the same position as he's been from first one.
Fouled off the end of the bat into the netting, and the count evens at 2-2. 2 outs in the top of the fourth. Tie game, 1-1 our score.
The old momentum is what you want right here.
Harrell waggles the bat. He's ready, as is Baugh. Here's the pitch. Chopped foul. Back to the screen. Do it again.
He was obviously very, very late on that swing, which certainly helped Roncalli out tremendously.
Two count, 2 outs. Pitch. High ball. And now it goes full. Runners at second and third.
When you see Harrell get in the batter's box, it looks like the barrel of the bat is almost completely over the top of the bat at the home plate.
That ball's lined into left field, a base hit. 1 run is in. Pendergrass with the throw. And Henry will wait and tag the runner out. He's out by 5 feet. Great throw by Pendergrass to throw out the runner coming from second base, McBeath, for the final out of the inning. But in the inning, the Falcons do get a run on the RBI single by Cooper Harrell. It's the only hit of the inning for the Falcons. A run is in and a runner left. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Royals trail 2-1 on the Roncalli Media Network.
Dog services that put your pet first. From boarding, daycare, and grooming to walking, training, and yard cleaning, our fun-loving counselors maximize both safety and individualized care for all of our furry friends. Want your dog to stay home while you're away? No problem. We could bring the fun to your 4-legged friend, too. Camp Bow Wow can give your pet the TLC he or she deserves. Happy Healthy Pets, Happy Healthy People by Camp Bow Wow. 317-801-1123.
Now 2-1 our score as we move into the bottom of the fourth inning.
Rod, let's go back to the play at obviously the end of the inning, obviously top. Henry obviously did a great job. That ball was up and above the plate a little bit. He had to get it. He protected the ball with his glove and forced the runner really to go wide, which helped him to make that tag easily. And you could tell a lot of times you don't want to get hit or anything like that, but it was a good defensive move on his part.
Here's Pendergrass, struck out looking in the first. Defensive change for the Falcons. Spencer Hoffman and Kellen Reed have swapped positions. And Pendergrass lines this one just wide of the bag of third. So Reed is now in left field. And Hoffman is now the catcher behind the plate. So they're both still in the game, but they have just exchanged positions. Hoffman behind the plate and Reed out in left. Pendergrass punches this one out into right field. It'll drop in no man's land. Punched it right over the head of the first baseman in front of the right fielder. So a bloop hit by Pendergrass going the other way. And the Royals had the leadoff man aboard for the first time tonight.
I think Pendergrass threw his hands up like, didn't think I was going to do that. Style points don't matter. Just get on base.
Here's Andrew Baugh. He popped out to the shortstop in his first time up. Baseball birthdays. Lay another one on me.
Well, I'm going to go with you. I'm sure you know this, but I'm going to go with your guy.
Barry Larkin.
Absolutely.
The Hall of Famer, baby.
Yeah,
12-time All-Star. Turns 58 today. Played his entire career with the Reds. Bunt by Ball is a good one. Third base side. Third baseman throw down to first for the out. Nice barehanded play.
Wow, that's a good
by
play.
McBeath.
McBeath gets a lot of credit because that ball almost went out of his hands, and at the same point in time, he put it right in a perfect spot for the first baseman not to get anywhere near the runner. Great play.
So Ball gets the job done, moving Pendergrass over to second base. One out, here's Hudspeth. He struck out looking in the second. Barry Larkin, a Hall of Famer, 12-time All-Star. Plays his entire career with the Reds, 1995 National League MVP.
And a little trivia, what's his brother do? That's really impressive.
What did he do athletically, or what does he do currently?
Currently.
I don't know what he does currently.
He is a color man for
Xavier Basketball on the radio, yeah, with Joe Sunderman.
Oh, tremendous duo. Probably one of the best duos in college basketball, in my opinion.
Is he, that pitch missed away, a ball. Is he still the all-time leading scorer at Xavier, Byron Larkin?
I think he is. I'm not 100% positive on that one. But they are, you stop and think how many years they've been calling basketball for Xavier?
Long time.
Oh, man.
Long time.
You don't see that today, and it's a compliment to Xavier.
That pitch is low, a ball, and it's 2-0. One out. Pendergrass down at second base for the Royals, trailing 2-1, bottom of the fourth. Here's the question. I tried to look this up yesterday, but I went down the rabbit hole, and ball rolled to second base. Second baseman, easy play over to first, but that will move Pendergrass over to third as Hudspeth is retired 4-3 on the putout.
The ball almost took a wild hop. It came off the grass, and thankfully for Perry Meridian, the second baseman stayed down, but that ball looked like it took a skip, and it was going to come up.
Well, the Falcons got a two-out hit to get a run in the top of the fourth. Royals need one here. As Pendergrass third, Amadeo stands in. He had a sharp single into left his first time up. Three infielders on the left side for the right-hand hitting Amadeo. Swing and a miss out in front of that one. Now, how many high schools have produced multiple baseball Hall of Famers? Because Cincinnati Moeller is one with Barry Larkin and Ken Griffey Jr.
Can't be more than three.
Curveball drops in for a strike. I only saw two others. One was a high school in San Francisco where Joe DiMaggio and Tony Lazzari both attended.
Wow. Okay.
Swing and a miss. Amadeo's out in front. He's gone on strikes. Phillips works around the leadoff base hit by the Royals to get out of the jam. We head to the top of the fifth. In the inning, the Royals get a no runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left. To the bottom of the top of the fifth we go. Royals trailing 2-1 on the Roncalli Media Network.
Hi folks, it's Ben Stallings with Beck Service Center. Automotive breakdowns and routine maintenance never come at a good time. Let us help take the stress out of your automotive repairs. With 10 mechanics and 32 bays, we can get you back up and running with minimal downtime. Quality parts, experienced mechanics, locally owned and operated since 1977. Located at the southeast corner of Madison and Edgewood, we are pretty darn good at fixing cars. Let's go Royals.
That's Steve's Flowers and Gifts for efficient, secure, and dependable service. Call them at 317-787-3431. Rob Brown and Matt Donovan with you, talking about baseball Hall of Famers that attended the same high school. Ozzie Smith and Eddie Murray were teammates at Locke High School in Los Angeles in the mid-'70s. We've got a pinch hitter for the Falcons. It's number 5, Xavier Clark.
We also have a little rain starting, Rob.
That we do.
Stop and think about Eddie Murray, probably one of the, besides Ripken. Think about where the O's are now in comparison to those heydays.
No question. Clark hits an even 200, takes that pitch for a strike, and the count is even. I am going to, this is not our two teammates Hall of Famers, but I am going to point out that that my high school, Southport High School, does have a Hall of Famer, Mr. Chuck Klein.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Who played in the 20s and 30s, swing and a miss. Clark's down on strikes.
It's a good strikeout. Well,
Chuck Klein, who was the MVP of the National League with the Phillies in 1932.
Wow.
Two-time All-Star, won a Triple Crown. How about that?
I'd like to throw another baseball birthday.
Lay it on me.
How about Wild Man Bill Hurst? Remember that?
Wild Man Bill Hurst. I'm drawing a blank on that one.
Red Sox.
Bruce Hurst.
No, that's Bruce Hurst, yeah.
Bruce Hurst.
I think, didn't he have his brother Bill play too?
He might have.
I think so.
Here's Rollman, the top of the order. He's 2 for 2. Has a couple stolen bases. Scored a run.
Okay, another John Cerruti.
John Cerruti. I recall him. He pitched for the Blue Jays.
Blue Jays, yeah. Blue Jays. Yeah. Here's my favorite, though. Born in 1925, Cuddles Marshall.
Cuddles Marshall. We all know Cuddles Marshall. 1-1 the count to Rollman. One away in the top of the 5th. Pitch high a ball. Speaking of Cerruti, you ever been to the Sky Dome?
No. I've been to Toronto, but never took in.
I guess it's called the Rogers Center
now.
It was called the Sky Dome.
Sky Dome before. No. Never got that. And, when they played in that baseball park, that was also the CFL football park, which was so screwed up.
Exhibition Stadium?
Exhibition Stadium,
which there's now an MLS soccer stadium on that site.
Wow, okay. No, I did not partake in that.
Swing and a miss. And the count goes full. Roman was ahead in the count. He chased ball forward. He's mad at himself for doing so. My old boss with the Clippers was the PR guy for the Yankees in the mid-'80s.
Wow.
Pitch is lifted in the air to right field. Milto has a track on it. And he grabs it heading toward the line for the out. First time the Royals have retired Roman tonight. Second out of the inning. And here's Mike Carter. He's 0 for 2. He struck out twice. My boss was the guy who went to jail in Toronto to bail Dave Winfield out the night he got arrested for hitting a seagull with a the throw. He's warming up in the outfield between innings, and Winfield hit a seagull, and the police in Toronto arrested him after the game. And my boss, Joe, was the guy that had to go to the jail and bail out Dave Winfield.
I think I gave up on the Blue Jays when John Olerud tried to hit a home run in the old exhibition park.
That ball's lined into left field, so Carter's got his first hit.
And you remember what right field was like because of the old football stadium?
Oh, yeah.
Went for a country mile.
Yes.
Olerud got robbed of a home run because it was so far away.
Yeah. So Carter has his first hit, the 5th hit of the night for the Falcons. And here's the pitcher, Jake Phillips. He's 1 for 2, doubled in a run in the first.
Well, I also have
popped
to say,
up to Shutley at second base to end the 3rd.
Being a person who lived in Philadelphia, you can't root for the Blue Jays after
Joe Carter.
Carter, yeah. Broke everyone's heart.
The Falcons have 4 stolen bases tonight. Carter has 8 on the season. He's got a pretty good lead over at first base with 2 away. And they've got him hung up. Throw behind him. Throw down to second base. They apply the tag. And Wrestler dropped the ball. Good hard slide by Carter to complicate the process. And Carter's got himself a stolen base.
That's unfortunate. They did a really good job. Had him caught. Hudspeth did a great job of getting the ball there as fast as he could because obviously the person was on his halfway down there. And it's kind of an unfortunate situation. Let's see ball obviously rally. You have 2 outs, so.
And that was a
intentional walk.
That was a good, hard, clean slide by Carter to knock that ball loose. So they'll put Phillips aboard and pitch to Kellen Reed, who has struck out twice. Although in the 4th inning he struck out, but the ball got away from the catcher, Dylan Henry. That allowed Reed to reach base, and his run that came home with 2 outs is the go-ahead run as of right now. Connor Logston will courtesy run for the 2nd time tonight for the pitcher Phillips. He's down at first base. So Reed stands in 0 for 2. Runners at first and second. First pitch swinging, that fouled back over our heads and out of play.
There's one thing about Baugh that he's done a really good job is he's kept it low. You know, obviously he's had a few that have gotten up, and, you know, that's to be expected. But for the most part, he has done a really good job of keeping it low and not getting it in, as we would say, the letters, which is always dangerous.
That pitch stayed up, and the count evens 1-1. 2 outs in the inning. Royals trailing 2-1 in the top of the 5th.
When you look at Baugh out of the mound, he reminds you of Tommy Hanson.
Throwback. Tommy Hanson, who will forever be known for hitting 3 consecutive grand slams at a tournament down in Kentucky.
Got his picture in Sports
Pitch in the
Illustrated.
dirt. Henry can't find it. It gets away, and the runners will move up. He did get his picture in Sports Illustrated. And you may know the guy that had something to do with that.
Who?
The SID at Roncalli was the one who got that accomplished.
And who is that? Yeah, my bad.
Runners at second and third and 2 away. Pitch line by Pendergrass into left field, a base hit. A run's in. They won't test Pendergrass a second time. He puts a strike to the plate. Runner takes second on the throw. And again, the base running of Perry Meridian gets them a run. Stolen base by Carter, goes to third on the wild pitch. And then a 2-out base hit. So timely hitting by the Falcons has pushed their lead to 3-1.
I've only seen one hit go to right field. Everything else has been out to left field. And the best part about this, if you're Roncalli, they've done a really good job of getting it in and not allowing, not hitting cuts or anything like that, where obviously runners go farther up.
Aaron Kroll making a pitching change, as Ball will head to the dugout. And we'll take a break, come back for 30 seconds, come back, tell you all about the pitching change next on the Roncalli Media Network.
Search for
Pitcher is the junior Sean Byrne. His 4th appearance, first in relief. And he's got a 1-1 record in 9 1/3 innings, 5.25 ERA. He's allowed 8 runs, 7 earned, 11 hits, 11 strikeouts against 6 walks. He'll inherit runners at second and third, and he faces Gavin McBeath, the number 5 hitter, who's 0 for 1 tonight. The Royals have seen the Falcons get a single run on 2-out base hits in the 4th and the 5th. Falcons have a 3-1 lead. Byrne trying to end it right here and get the Royals back to the plate in the bottom of the 5th. Byrne checks the runner at third. To the plate, pitches down a ball.
Tough situation. Obviously you got second and third. And obviously 2 outs. The key is don't do anything in the sense of putting it over the heart of the plate.
He drops a fastball in on the outside corner for a strike. Count evens at 1. 2 outs in the inning, a run is in. Looks like action is already concluded down at softball. See, we can't get a final score on that. Pitch in the dirt. Henry able to block it and keep it close. 10-0 5-inning win for the Royals tonight against Martinsville. As David Lauk's juggernaut just keeps on rolling. 13-0, top-ranked team in the state. We'll have them for 2 games here on our airwaves on Saturday.
Impressive.
1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball put one right down the heart at the letters, and McBeath swung right over the top of it. It's 2-2, 2-2 the count.
McBeath wanted to obviously put that on 65.
Yes, he did.
The opportunity.
2-2 pitch from Ball coming. Kicks and deals. Pitch got away from him, and it's 3-2. Burns, excuse me. Thank you.
You know, you hear these a lot. You get full count, you get first base open. Be cautious.
Pitch in the dirt, ball 4. So that loads him up.
Henry did a good job of stopping that, because if that ball gets by, as you well know, that doesn't help. You had another one on the board. So
here's Colton Wright. He's struck out twice. Second time when he struck out in the 4th inning, he was attempting to bunt and bunted and missed on strike 3. First pitch swinging. Golfs this one into left center field. Rader's got it tracked, and he's got it for the out. Another great jump by Johnny Rader to run that ball down. But in the inning, the Falcons get another run on 2 hits. They strand 3. We head to the no errors by the Royals. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Roncalli trails 3-1 on the Roncalli Media Network.
Meridian University wants to know, what are you made of? At Meridian University, our students are made of character and faith. Our students are service-minded and want to make a difference in the world. Our students possess the skills and intellect required of leaders. Come to Meridian University, Indy's premier Catholic university, and let us help you find out what you're made of. You can apply for free today at meridian.edu.
The books on the Roncalli starter, Andrew Ball. He went 4 2/3 innings, allowed 3 runs. They were all earned. The first earned runs allowed this season by Ball. He allowed 6 hits, struck out 9, walked 3. Walked 4. One of those was intentional. He did have a wild pitch, and he is currently the pitcher of record. So for the Royals, 8-9-1 due up in this bottom of the 5th, trailing 3-1. Carter Simmons stands in, grounded out to second to end the 2nd inning in his first time up. Bottom of the 5th, Royals down 3-1. Rob Brown and Matt Donovan with you. First pitch swinging, and the ball eats up the third baseman, McBeath, and rolls into left field. So Simmons with the hit. I think they scored that a hit, don't you think?
No.
No? No hit on that?
I mean, the ball went down, but his body was too shifted. He obviously may have been in front. I'm not sure. Some people may argue against me, but
so we'll go E5 on that.
I'm a little old school.
Here's Dylan Henry. Flew out to center field his first time up. You need to lay some baseball history on me here, Matt Donovan.
Well, you being the announcer, you always appreciate this one. In 1965, Mets announcer, see if you can remember who that would have been.
It was probably Lindsey Nelson.
Very good.
I was going to say Lindsey Nelson or Bob Murphy.
It was Lindsey Nelson.
Yep.
Long time.
With the plaid sport coat.
Oh, absolutely. He called a Mets-Astros game.
That ball fouled into the Meridian dugout. I think it got a piece of somebody down there.
He called the game in a gondola hanging 208 feet over second base in the Astrodome.
In the Astrodome, okay. I was going to say, I don't think they could do that at the Polo Grounds, which is where the Mets were playing in 1965. Well, no, Shea was open by then.
Shea was open by then, yeah.
In a gondola in the Astrodome?
Yeah.
Good grief. That's a big no thanks.
Do you
I get jumpy every time Boomer repels from the ceiling at the Pacer games.
Yeah.
That pitch is away a ball. And you have to keep in mind, I was on the microphone broadcasting from the hockey gondola in the Fort Wayne Coliseum during the American Conference Finals, Game 4, 1996, Fury and the Quad City Thunder, when Sabre, the Fury mascot, rappelling from the ceiling of the Coliseum, the clip on his harness broke and he fell 80 feet. And the clip re-engaged right before he hit the floor, and the guy in the suit broke 3 bones in his back. Lifted down the right side, the right fielder makes a running catch in fair territory for the first out of the inning. So the whole heights thing is not, it's a non-starter for me. Yeah.
You avoid, huh?
Non-starter.
The Royals, the second baseman.
Here's Rudy Shutley.
Rudy Shutley.
Third time through the order for the Royals, just 3 hits. This has been a continuing story for this team that has struggled to hit the baseball.
The question I would have, would Lindsey have the big fishing net that Harry would always take out in right field?
Depends on how big the gondola was.
That's a good point.
Shutley fouls this one off the end of the bat out of play down the left side. That's a good one. That's a good baseball history one right there.
You know, the other part of it is there's a little tidbit. Lindsey Nelson was famous for calling who else?
Tennessee football.
Tennessee football, yeah.
University of Tennessee football.
Oh, yeah.
I believe he's buried in Knoxville.
Oh.
Pitch away a ball.
Followed by the next one after that. Do you remember who followed him after that?
It was the great John Ward.
John Ward. And he would say, let the crowd tell you, touchdown Big Orange.
Give him 6.
Yep.
Pitch high a ball, and it's 2-1.
You know,
John Ward has his, there's a banner in the basketball arena in Knoxville, Thompson Bowling Arena, with John Ward's dates as a broadcaster at Tennessee hanging in the rafters. Shutley checks his swing on a pitch out, and he's ahead in the count 3-1.
Something I didn't know, but do you know what their baseball stadium's named at UT?
It's named after Lindsey Nelson.
Yeah. Rarely do you ever see that.
I've not seen it.
Oh,
it's
beautiful.
supposed to be a nice facility.
Yeah, it's a beautiful facility. But think about, an announcer getting the stadium named after you.
Shutley taking all the way 3-1, and it hits the outside corner to go full. Carter Simmons down at first base, 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Royals trailing Perry Meridian 3-1.
Lindsey always did a great job calling Notre Dame football.
Yes, he did. That pitch misses, and Shutley works the walk. So the Royals have 2 base runners in an inning for the first time tonight. They trail by 2.
Number 1, Johnny Rader.
And here come their 2 best hitters, Johnny Rader and Joey Milto, to the plate. They're going to cash in. It's got to come in this 5th inning.
Shutley was great in that bat. He squeezed that as much as he could to basically make Phillips try to really bring it in, and drew the walk, which was much needed for the Royals.
Phillips checks the runner Simmons at second base. Takes too long, and Raiders granted time.
You often wonder if a clock will ever come to high school. Or
Boy,
college.
That's
for
tricky.
Them, college as well.
Rader hits this one hard into center field. It's over the center fielder's head, going back, and it one-hops the fence. Here comes Simmons. Here comes Shutley to tie the game. Rader on his way to third. It'll be a close plate. The throw is wide of the bag. It gets away.
He's granted
Did
the
that
bag.
hop out of play? It did, and Rader will come home. So now the Royals have the lead on the triple plus the error by Rader. So it's a triple, and then Rader comes home on the second error of the inning by the Falcons. What to see how where that error gets charged? Was that on the? Was it a straight throw? Or was there a relay?
There was a relay throw.
So that might have been on the shortstop.
Shortstop throw, yeah.
So we're going to E6 on the throw that short hopped the third baseman McBeath,
and that took a big hop into the parking lot.
So give Rader 2 RBIs. Yeah, the ball skipped away from McBeath and hopped over the fence and went out of play. So by rule, Rader is granted an additional base.
Right.
That allowed him to come home for the go-ahead run. The Royals lead 4-3. Simmons and Shutley scoring ahead of him. Pitching coach coming out for the Falcons, but Phillips will stay in the game. Now the bases are empty. 1 out for Milto.
Now batting for the Royals, the right fielder, number 11, Joey Milto.
Well, I think about, to your comment about the pitch clock, Matt, I think about what my good friend Jeff Buckley, one of the wisest men on the South Side, would say in relation to having a shot clock in high school basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And Jeff always says that in addition to cost and maintenance and all that sort of thing. It's a non-starter at most high schools, if for no other reason than you're putting another idiot at the scorer's table when it's already overpopulated.
I want to start off by saying I'm stunned that came from Buckley.
Swing and a miss. Milto was ahead in the count 2-1, still ahead.
And I'm glad to see he brought personnel into the equation too, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Got to have somebody capable to run it. 2-1 the count, 1 out. The Royals have played it 3. Milto hits this one hard but foul right into the bullpen.
Almost hit the pitcher.
And a good thing that they've got, by rule, they have a teammate down there to guard.
I'm not sure he was guarding very well.
The pitcher warming up. We'll see if we can't get a number. That looks like number 2. That's Evan Krieger, number 2, getting loose in the bullpen. That pitch gets away from the catcher.
Evan might want to have a talk to his teammate because he almost got nailed.
Evan Krieger, yep.
I'm sure that'll be topic on the bus going home.
Count is full to Milto. 1 out in the inning. The Royals have played it 3. Pitch. Curveball missed away. And the Royals, struggling to get base runners all night, now have their 4th base runner of the inning.
You've already had a visit by Perry Meridian's coach. Phillips looks like he's having a little bit of a challenge hitting this.
His pitches are missing high and up.
Yeah, that's my point. I mean, he's having a hard time hitting it. The last couple pitches seem like they're a little bit of a challenge.
So here's Pendergraph. Struck out looking in the first, singled in the 4th. That pitch misses away.
It's almost like he's almost framing it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Where before, the first 3 innings, he was cruising.
Yeah, 3 of his 5 strikeouts have been looking.
Mm-hmm.
And those 3 looking strikeouts all came in the first 2 innings. Pendergraph fouls that one into the screen. Got some more tidbits for me? Baseball history? We love the baseball history here.
Well, I was trying to see if there was anybody who had another birthday like Cuddles. But
I always loved those old-timey ones.
Yeah, like Red Treadway. He had his birthday today.
Swing and a miss. I don't remember Red Treadway's work.
Well, Frank Scanlon. You remember Frank Scanlon, don't you?
I do.
Okay. So today was his birthday.
Okay.
Here's one for you that I think is important, being a Reds person. Redlegs rookie left fielder Frank Robinson hits the first of his 586 lifetime home runs. It was off the Cubs hurler Paul Miner at Crosley Field.
Runner goes, pitch taken, throw down. Milto's got a stolen base standing up. So stolen base for Joey Milto. It's the first stolen base of the night for the Royals. And Milto's 5th in 6 tries on the season. What year was that, 1958?
56.
56, okay.
If Milto could find a way to steal third, that would be huge.
Pendergraph takes on a 2-2 count. Now it goes full as that pitch missed down and away.
Obviously, he'll be running now. The reason I say that is Phillips' pitches have been going more, as we stand here in the press box, they're going more right, which is going to make it hard for the catcher to put a throw down there.
Full count pitch. Pendergraph swings over the top of it. That's a 2nd out of the inning. Big out for Phillips. 2 away. And now it's up to Andrew Baugh. Started this game at shortstop, on the starting pitcher, excuse me. And has moved to shortstop when Sean Byrne came in relief in the top of the 5th. 4-3 Royals have grabbed the lead with a crooked number 3 in this bottom of the 5th. Ball swings and misses.
Wow, he really had a swing on that one with the intent of bringing Milto home as best as he possibly could.
Ball fouls that one off. Here, so I'm going to throw a little something at you. Frank Robinson, traded to the Orioles by the Reds in the mid-'60s, was traded for a man who would later be 1 pitch away from pitching a perfect game as a Cub, Milt Pappas.
Oh, God, yeah. Yeah. Still the greatest Cub of all, Handy Andy Papko. That's still,
yes,
with the best name and the best nickname. And I don't want to bring up bad news, but my brick that's at Wrigley Field is covered over by a Budweiser beer truck, which I'm still not totally disgruntled over, but I'm eventually getting over it.
Chopped up the middle, tough play, and it'll get through, knocked down by the second baseman, but Milto never stopped. The throw home is offline, and Ball has driven in a 2-out run. Big insurance run for the Royals. They lead at 5-3.
Big run, great stop by the second baseman. He felt like when you look at his throw is obviously he's back on his heels. If he were able to get up and put a good throw, he probably has Milto at home. But
and I think he was late to react. Maybe taken aback for a moment that Milto never stopped running.
I don't think he thought he was going. And so when you look at, if you were to see a replay, he's really leaning back toward the outfield, which obviously helps Roncalli.
Here's Hudspeth with 2 outs and 4 runs in for the Royals, who now lead by 2, 5-3 in this bottom of the 5th.
If anything, if Hudspeth could just climb the count here, that's going to help, push more of the pitch count on Perry Meridian.
It's taken for a strike. The count evens at 1.
The way this inning has really panned out for Phillips, it looks like it's been you don't want to say, no, you don't say anything bad, but it's been a challenge. Put some more numbers on him.
Royals have sent 8 to the plate in the inning. Prior to this 5th, they did not have an inning where they sent more than 4 to the plate. Runner goes. Swung on a missed. Throw down to airmails, but it's the second baseman, but it's backed up. So ball will not go anywhere beyond second base, but it's the second stolen base of the inning for the Royals and the 6th steal of the season for Ball.
When Rollins came up out of the position, he knew the way. Obviously his hand just let it go, and thankfully for Perry Meridian, it didn't airmail into right field or right center.
Hudspeth reaches out at the end of the bat and slaps it foul down the first base side, fielded by first base coach James Thorpe. Relayed right back in. There's no Southport guy, Coach Thorpe. A couple Southport guys.
Yeah.
And Coach Thorpe and bench coach Mark Pieper on this Roncalli staff.
You getting your Southport alumnus plug there?
Yep,
okay.
Absolutely. Takes 10% off my annual dues.
Do you get a deal on the merchandise store too?
I do.
Okay.
I do. 10% off at
How
the
about
team
parking
store.
spot or anything like that? Huh?
I do not have a permanent parking spot at the field house.
I think we might want to talk to some people over there about that.
1-2 the count. Hudspeth steps out. Phillips took too long.
Usually in the old days of the minor league, if you put the plug in, you either got a free chicken dinner or something like that,
Listen to one of my CBA broadcasts sometime. Listen to how many things were sponsored. It was unbelievable. Hudspeth put the charge into this one. Center fielder, though, right, got a good jump, able to settle underneath it. Straightaway center for the out. In the inning, though, it's a big inning for the Royals. They get just 1 hit, but 4 runs are in. 1 runner left. There were 2 costly Perry Meridian errors in the inning as well. We're through 5, and the Royals lead this one 5-3 on the Roncalli Media Network.
Schedule online, anytime. Getting an appointment with Ascension Care teams at St. Vincent just got easier with online scheduling. Now you don't have to break away from your day to book the care you need when and where you need it. No matter where you are or what you're up to, whether you're a new patient or if you've been here before, just pick the appointment that works for you. Schedule online, anytime at getstvincentcare.com.
Top of the 5th. Byrne faced 2 batters, walked a batter, no runs, no hits, and he gets the hold. And Luke Green, actually, Sean Byrne is the pitcher of record at the moment, as he was the pitcher in the lineup when the Royals grabbed the lead if this score holds up. But Luke Green has come on, the freshman left-hander, and boy, has he shown out in his first week in the roster. He made his varsity debut last week against Chittard, pitched an inning, then threw 2 more innings in relief, actually 3 more innings in relief against Center Grove on Friday night. All told, he's allowed, this is his 3rd appearance, he has no decisions, and a 3.5 ERA. He's allowed 2 runs, both earned, 3 hits, 8 strikeouts against 1 walk, and he has wiffle ball-like movement on his breaking balls. He had Center Grove hitters, Division I hitters, twisting themselves into the batter's box like a Bugs Bunny cartoon here on Friday night.
Super 70s guy would be all over that, you know that?
Yes, he would.
Yeah.
So Carson Woods stands in to lead off this top of the 6th. Royals lead by 2. And the freshman Luke Green is on. And the breaking ball catches the inside corner for strike 1.
Now the real question on that wiffle ball is it the real wiffle ball with the cuts, or is it just the one with the holes?
Oh, it's the one with the cuts. That's
okay.
the only one.
Yeah.
And that one breaks in and catches the outside corner for strike 2.
Beautiful pitch. Because that's the only wiffle ball, by the way.
Yes, no question. No question. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out on a pitch that wrote his name in cursive on the way to the plate. Here comes Harrell. He's 1 for 2. I'm telling you, this kid has some kind of movement.
I was talking about Bruce Hurst. He looks like Bruce Hurst
in terms of the movement on his cutter, yeah.
And the way the arm spins toward the. Now he doesn't have the high leg kick like Bruce Hurst, but
he's left-handed, so it's a different look. And that pitch drops in for a strike.
2 batters, 2 first pitch strikes.
Yeah, he has thrown 4 pitches and 4 strikes thus far.
I'd like to call him Steve Rainbow Trout, if you want my honest opinion. Okay.
That pitch stayed up a ball. It's 1-1. Steve Trout, one of the few guys that actually looked good in those White Sox softball uniforms that they wore back in
those were god-awful.
Late 70s, early 80s.
Oh, god-awful. Yep.
And that pitch clipped him. Off-speed pitch hit him in the leg.
I only recognized Steve Trout when he came to the north side.
Yes, I knew that was coming.
Yeah, that was too much of a softball for you.
So here's Spencer Hoffman. Began the game in left field, moved behind the plate in the 3rd. He is 0 for 1 tonight, struck out looking. So 1 on, 1 out. Royals lead by 2, 5-3, top of the 6th. Green checks the runner. Show bunt, throw behind the runner, and he is out. They picked him off. Dylan Henry caught him looking, and they pick off the runner, Harrell, down at first base. That goes 2-3 on the putout. Second time the Royals have picked off a runner tonight. We mentioned the Falcons are very aggressive on the base paths, and sometimes that comes back to get you.
Henry just snapped perfectly, put it right in his position.
Swing and a miss as Hoffman chases one out of the zone, count evens. But now the bases are empty with 2 away.
Hudspeth did a really good job of almost blocking the first base or forcing him to kind of go away, which gives you always a little time.
Pitch spun out and away in the zone, and it's 2-1. Royals will have the bottom 3rd of the order. Amadeo, Simmons, and Henry due up in the bottom of the 6th. The lead is 2, 5-3. Inside corner catches for strike 2.
Green does a really, really good job of hiding it. I talk about hiding it a lot, and he just snaps it back really well.
That pitch stayed in, tied a ball. And it's full count, 2 outs. In the top of the 6th, Royals leading 5-3. Green delivers inside a ball, and he walked it. So 2-out walk. Reloads the top of the order for the 4th time, Mason Rollman. And Rollman is 2 for 3. Infield single, stole a base, went to 3rd on a balk, and scored the game's first run in the top of the 1st. Single, then stole a base and was stranded in the 3rd, flew out to right field. In the 5th, curveball drops in, taken for strike 1.
I think Green does look a lot like Rainbow Trout, the hair and everything.
Long hair, yep.
Yeah. I'm jealous of that, by the way.
Swing and a miss. He was over the top of that.
Awesome job of changing the speed. Completely fooled him. just dropped it in perfectly.
Green's got a little wiggle room now. Ahead in the count, 0-2. Runner goes. Swing! Oh, just got a piece. Just got a piece, and he fouled it off his front foot.
That never feels good, especially when it's starting to get chilly here, too.
Temperature has dropped significantly.
Significantly. If you want my AMS seal
first rolled in here. We're now an hour and a half plus into this game.
And we're now 59 degrees.
It feels a lot colder than 59 with this wind blowing into the press box. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Top of the 6th, runner on first. Royals lead by 2.
It's a real feel of 61 if you want the digits.
I'm not buying that. They throw behind the runner. They've got him hung up.
No.
Hudspeth throws down to the ball, and he tags out the runner.
No, call the balk.
They call the balk?
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second, and now Aaron Kroll has the same thought that I do. Hold on a second. A balk has been called, so Hoffman is granted second base. Aaron Kroll wants to have a discussion with our base umpire, DeWitt Akers. So Hoffman was strung out, but the well-executed rundown is immaterial for the Royals as Hoffman is granted a balk, granted second base on the balk call against Green. I want to clarify, it looked like Roman fouled that pitch off his shin.
Yeah.
He just rolled his pant leg up, and you saw like a welt on his shin, on his front foot, his left shin.
Oh. And you just saw that ball go completely down quickly, and ugh. He'll be seeing the athletic trainer immediately when this one's over.
So
He'll be greeting the bag of ice.
The count holds at 0-2, 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Runner down at second base. Green comes to the plate. Curveball drops in, strike 3. He Bugs Bunny looped him for strike 3. Green strikes out 2 in the inning. Falcons strand a runner. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Royals leading 5-3 on the Roncalli Media Network.
Steve's Flowers and Gifts is your family-owned Indianapolis and Greenwood florist. Our mission is to establish and maintain the highest level of floral value and customer service at comfortable consumer prices. For the best and freshest
Evan Krager making his 5th appearance. Evan Krager, the senior, all in relief. He has no decisions, a 2.62 ERA. Pitched 8 innings, allowed 5 runs, 3 earned, 4 hits, struck out 6 and walked 10. We can close the books on the starter, Phillips. We'll give you his numbers in a moment. He pitched 5 innings, gave up 5 runs. Only 2 of those were earned, as there were 2 errors in the inning. And the Royals played at 4 in the bottom of the 5th.
Third base concession stand. Thank you. Until they're gone.
Royals had 5 hits. So Phillips gave up 5 runs, 2 earns, 5 hits. He struck out 6, walked 2, and threw a wild pitch as well. He is the pitcher of record. Krager coming on in relief. Royals 5 runs.
New Royal batter leading off the bottom of the
leading
5-3. Designated hitter Alex Amadeo.
Here's Alex Amadeo, 1 for 2 tonight, the DH. Three defenders on the left side of the infield as a shift for the right-handed hitting Amadeo. Out front of a breaking ball, strike 1. Celebrity birthdays. You ready for some celebrity birthdays?
Oh, yeah.
John Daly.
Oh, okay.
56 today.
Wow. How many Diet Cokes did you have?
Hit wide of the bag and foul down the third base side. I was at Crooked Stick in 1991 on Friday when Daly won the PGA. We were following Jack Nicklaus's group around. He was playing the group behind Nicklaus.
Really?
And pitch away.
My favorite about
and everybody
him
was wondering, like, why? You know, you'd be up on the green with Nicklaus and his group, and you look back up the fairway, and there's this guy with a mullet who was 50 yards out in front of his playing partners on every hole. Nobody knew who he was. Pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-2.
My favorite about John Daly is the time I got his autograph when we were at the memorial, and he was on his cell phone with a cigarette in his mouth, taking a lob wedge out of the sand trap in order to get another green.
That's tremendous.
That is.
Amadeo out front of that one, and he's gone on strikes.
I can assure you I'd have never tried to do that feat in my entire life.
Your Roncalli batter.
I got some
number
trivia
10,
for you.
Well, here's Carter Simmons. Reached via error and scored the first of the 4 Roncalli runs in that 5th inning. He's 0 for 2. And of course, John Daly, sponsored by Loudmouth Pants. I will be wearing some of those Loudmouth Pants when I come down to your house on the 4th of July.
I won't be home. I'll be out of town.
You can book that.
Yeah. I'm not available.
Swing and a miss.
Does your golf game resemble the Loudmouth Pants? That's all I want to know.
My golf game is atrocious.
Okay. All right.
So you were going to say something important, though, before
today is a big day. NFL draft.
NFL draft, that's right.
So
Jason Sims is breaking the draft down in his head as we
I
speak.
understand.
He knows all the angles.
But
all the angles.
I'm going to throw out, let's see if you can name 5 of the top NFL.
That ball is hit down the line, foul right side, and it lands out of play harmlessly.
I'll give you 5 NFL guys who had tremendous careers but were also drafted by MLB teams. Can you name them?
5 NFL guys.
Uh-huh.
That were drafted. Well, Bo Jackson.
Bo, yep. Very good.
Dion, was he drafted?
Was another one, yes. Mm-hmm.
DJ Dozier.
I don't remember DJ, but we'll
DJ Dozier, the running back from Penn State, played
Penn
for the
State.
Vikings.
Yep.
I'm not sure he made it to the big leagues, but
I don't think he did.
played in the minor leagues for sure. Oh, Simmons hits this one hard on the line, but right at the third baseman. Great contact, but the third baseman, McBeath, made a nice play to go to his knees and pick that one.
Number 12, the catcher.
Keep going. You're doing good.
That was Gavin. That was McBeath down there. So second out of the inning, line out to third base. Here's Dylan Henry. He's 0 for 2. Brian Jordan.
Yeah, Brian Jordan.
The defensive back for the Falcons.
Okay.
He played in the big leagues with the Braves.
Oh, yeah.
Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray.
The quarterback for the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Played a little minor league ball. John Elway.
Yes. I was waiting for you to throw that one out
Played for
there.
the Elmira Yankees of the New York Penn League.
And
when
was
he
holding out.
refused to go to the Baltimore Colts.
Right. Holding out. I was waiting to see when you were going to call that one up.
Pitch at the knees, called the strike. Count evens at 1. Am I missing it? What else am I missing?
Here's a couple that you would have probably never guessed. Tom Brady was drafted by a minor league team.
No kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Dan Marino was.
Dan Marino was too.
Yeah, Dan Marino was.
He was a
pitch outside corner misses.
He was drafted by the Expos, so he probably would have.
Marino was?
No,
or Brady.
Brady was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Marino out of Pittsburgh Central Catholic High School.
Right. Are you ready for a few more?
Absolutely.
Russell Wilson.
Oh, yeah, okay. Lifted into right field. Right fielder giving chase. Makes a nice running catch. That's Rollman. Just in fair territory short of the line.
Rollman did a great job. That was a hard play.
So the Royals, for the first time tonight, go in order 1, 2, 3. We go to the top of the 7th. Royals leading 5-3. Last roundup time for the Falcons when we come back on the Roncalli Media Network.
Ortho Indy Hospital was just recognized by Quantros Care Checks Awards as the #1 hospital in Indiana for total joint replacement and for major orthopedic surgery. And you can find that #1 care right here in Johnson County. Hip or knee pain slowing you down? Find relief at Ortho Indy Hospital South in Greenwood. From spine to sports and hands to hips, they can do it all at Ortho Indy, so they can do what's right for you. Schedule time to discuss your options at orthoindy.com/south.
That's right. Swing and a miss.
I'm going to have a two-part one here in a little bit, but this one was a shocker to me. Linebacker Shaq Thompson was drafted.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I did not know that. I was surprised.
Hit hard to short. Ball can't find the handle, and it rolls into center field. So Carter's aboard. Leadoff runner aboard for the Falcons. That ball was hit sharply.
13 pitcher Jake Phillips.
And here's Jake Phillips.
I have a two-part question for you. When we talked about Russell Wilson being drafted, who were the two college coaches that Russell Wilson got fired? Name them.
And Phillips, did he check his swing? No, he did not. Strike one. One of them was the football coach at NC State, right?
Tom O'Brien.
Tom O'Brien.
Correct.
I couldn't remember. I knew it was O'Brien. I couldn't remember his first name.
Yep. You give up on the second one?
Yeah.
Al Groh at Virginia. Because Russell Wilson was from Virginia.
Oh, okay.
So all the Virginia fans didn't take too kindly the fact that Al Groh didn't recruit Russell Wilson.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Ball lifted into right field. Milto's got a play, and he's got it for the out. And Carter retreats to first. That ball hit by Carter was scored officially an error on the shortstop ball.
Mm-hmm.
So one away.
Number 3, left fielder Kellen
Here's
Reed.
Kellen Reed. He's 1 for 3. He singled in a run in the 5th. Struck out in the 1st and the 4th. Al Groh. I would not have guessed that.
Yeah.
First pitch. Tried to break into the zone and just missed away. 1-0.
Here's another name that I was surprised when I saw this. Dante Culpepper and Golden Tate were both drafted.
Okay.
I forgot Golden Tate played baseball at Notre Dame.
You go the other way with that. Dave Winfield was drafted by the Cowboys.
That's right. He was.
And drafted by the Virginia Squires in the ABA draft.
The trifecta.
Hit to short. Could be 2. Ball can't find it. Throw to first, and the throw gets away. So now the Falcons have him at the corners and 1 out. So ball moving to his left, tried to find the handle for the flip, the force out to second. Once that became
number 11, third baseman,
off the table, he still had a play at first, but the throw was in the dirt and got away. So now they've got him at the corners and 1 out. Gavin McBeath at the plate. He's 0 for 1. Flew out to center field in the 1st and then has walked twice since. So now Green's got a little work to do here. Foul out of play down the right side.
It's a good first pitch by Green.
Second error of the inning for Ball, who's having a little bit of difficulty down at short. Van Wart coming down the line. And he's sending a courtesy runner out. 22. Connor Logsden is the runner.
Courtesy runner number 22, Connor Logsden.
So Logsden is actually a pinch runner technically since Reed is not catching, but so Logsden down at first. 0-1 count to McBeath. Hit wide of the bag and foul sharply down the third base line.
It's a big out right here. Obviously all of them are big, but to be 2 outs and then you can move the ball around a lot.
Yep. That 2-run lead is looming huge right now. Runner goes. Pitch lifted in the air to center field. The Raider camping underneath it. That should be enough to send the run home from third. It is indeed a sacrifice fly. Runner from third will trot home. That's Carter. So a sacrifice fly by McBeath makes it 5-4. But now the Falcons have 2 outs in the inning.
Number 24, center fielder Colton Wright.
And the tying run over at first base. Here's Colton Wright. He's 0 for 3.
Paint the right side of the corner here for Green. Just paint it.
Green, a long look in for the sign from Henry. And Wright is given time. So McBeath's sacrifice fly makes it a 5-4 game. Royals still on top, 2 outs, top of the 7th. In on the fists, and Wright fouls it down the left side. Well, regardless of when this game ends, as soon as this game ends, we'll take a 2-minute break, and then we'll have an abbreviated post-game show. And I underline the word abbreviated. Now Aaron Kroll wants to come out and talk to his pitcher, Luke Green, just in case the Falcons are able to tie this game. They've got action down in the bullpen. Looks like McBeath is down throwing in the bullpen.
Right.
And he just nuked LaLoosh that first warm-up pitch, threw it to the screen
It was
down
in
there
the
in the
corner.
left field corner, right field corner.
There's a nice dent in the screen down there.
Gary Armbruster will fix that tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, he'll pound that out, nothing flat.
Buff out those scratches, as they say.
Or as Mel Allen would say, just a bit outside.
Yes.
That's why they call them warm-ups, you know?
I would just once like to get a teletype and recreate a call like that, like my man in Bull Durham with the block and the hammer.
Yeah.
And there's a hit to right.
That's the book. Call the book on that one, Bulls fans.
Oh, did they pick him off? No, that was close. Green had him leaning the other way, and the Roncalli dugout thought that Logsdon was picked off. Green has to be very careful, though, because the base umpire, DeWitt Akers, is watching closely for that balk.
Yeah.
He's called 2 tonight on Roncalli pitchers, 1 on Green.
He's eyeing him up big time.
Green comes set to the plate, pitch high and away, a ball, 1-1 the count. 2 outs in the 7th. Royals big inning, a 4-run bottom of the 4th that turned a 3-1 deficit into a 5-3 lead. Falcons have scored 1 in the top of this 7th. Looking for 1 more. Pitch in the dirt, it hit him. Hit him in the foot.
Green's got to be real careful here now.
So Wright heads down to first. Logsdon heads over to second. Carson Woods up to hit.
Hitter number 15, Carson Woods.
He's 0 for 2. Green struck him out in the 6th. Woods walked in the 2nd. Only time he's reached base tonight. Past the 2-hour mark of this game. Pitch right down the heart, taken for a strike.
Good start and a good pitch. He had Woods confused on that one.
Green trying to shut the door here. Curveball fouled back, off-speed pitch. Woods was out in front of that one.
That helped him greatly.
And now Green has a little bit to work with. Ahead in the count 0-2. Henry has to get down the dirt, though, and keep this ball in front of him. Here's the 0-2. Pitch high, a ball. Woods held up. And the count goes 1-2. 2 outs in the inning. Top of the 7th, Royals lead 5-4 here at home. Green a long look in for the sign. He's ready. Pitch. Inside corner, gets away. Henry's got the ball, throw down to third, and the runner's safe.
Runner did a good job of getting behind the third baseman, so it made it hard for him to come back to make that tag. It's a good piece of running.
That's a pass ball on Henry. Lets the runner go to third. So now it's the tying run down at third. 2-2 count. 2 outs in the inning. Pitch. High ball. And Wright will head down to second base. The count is full. Green's full attention is at the hitter, Woods. Here's the pitch. Foul back to the screen. We'll try it again.
Green took something off there. Woods was jumping. Thankfully, he just fouled it and didn't really put a good piece on it.
Nothing going in the Royal bullpen. This is Green's game to finish. Tying run down at third base. Go ahead run at second. Top of the 7th. 5-4 Royals lead. Count full, 2 outs. Green set to go. Comes to the plate. Swing and a miss. He got him.
Big pitch.
And that'll do it. So Luke Green works his way out of it. And in the process, the freshman records his first save of his varsity career.
Tonight's baseball game.
Our final tonight from LaPinta Field. Roncalli 5, Perry Meridian 4. Stay with us. We'll step out for a couple minutes when we come back after this 2-minute pause. Steve Flowers and Guest post-game shows next on the Roncalli Media Network.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. I think I'm gonna make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
Every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
Lot with the Royals winning this ball game by the score of 5-4. We're pleased to be joined by the head man, Aaron Kroll, and we'll get Coach's mic all set up and settled in. Coach, first of all, I know you and I have talked quite a bit in the last couple weeks about timely hitting, and you're still looking to kind of get that combination. But boy, that timely hitting came through. With some help from their fielding in that 5th inning, though. It's been a long time since you've had a big key inning like that where you put a crooked number up.
Yeah, finally got a big inning. Simmons gets on with the air, and then Rudy Shelley had a really good at-bat, full count, draws a walk, and then obviously Johnny Rader was really big today. So finally got a big hit with runners on base. Hopefully maybe that'll get us going a little bit.
Coach, one of the things you have to give Rader credit, his coverage of the field really helped you. There were 2 hits that were scalded, and his knowledge of basically where to go and how to track it down.
Yeah, we've been really lucky to go from Nick Schnell to him, just guys that can run down balls, and really anything that's in his direction, we expect it to be caught. So we're really fortunate out there with him, running down balls constantly, and he's a really good hitter too, so he's just a really, really good player. We kind of go as he goes, honestly.
How much did what your pitchers did earlier in the week set you up for this week, for tonight, in terms of giving you the flexibility, the fact that Hudspeth goes the distance on Tuesday night, and then Pendergrass gave you 6 last night, so you didn't have to use your bullpen until tonight?
Yeah, I mean, we feel good about the depth of our pitching staff, but of course, anytime you get a guy that go to distance, that's great. Obviously, I thought Ball threw the ball well. Byrne came in to get a big out with runners on second and third, and then how about the freshman? Luke Green that's pretty impressive, and he's done it a couple times now at least, so it's no fluke with him.
The way his ball moves, his ball's got a different kind of movement to it. How much of that is what he's doing with the baseball in terms of the movement, and how much of that the fact that he's left-handed, and when he comes in, he's coming in with a different release point than what the guys have seen prior?
Well, I think more so it's that he can locate his breaking ball. I mean, it's got a ton of movement. Obviously, being a lefty always helps. So he's come in now, I don't know, is that his second time out, second or third, I think?
Outing,
and he's been pretty much that good all 3 times. So that's big for us.
Coach, we appreciate you taking a little time. We'll let you get to it, and we'll catch you next week.
All right, thanks, guys.
That's the head man, Aaron Kroll, as the Royals win tonight 5-4. Let's wrap this one up quickly. We'll recap how the game unfolded. Perry Meridian scored a run in the top of the first. Johnny Rader, though, tied the game with a solo home run in the bottom of the first. Falcons then got solo runs in the fourth and the fifth to go up 3-1, but the big inning for the Royals, a 4-run fifth inning. The big blow, a 2-run triple by Johnny Rader. He then came home to score on an errant throw to third base. That gave the Royals the lead for good. They added another run on an RBI 2-out single by Andrew Baugh. That made it 5-3. Falcons did get a run on a sacrifice fly in the seventh inning to make it 5-4, but Luke Green stranded runners at second and third to end the game and give the Royals the win 5-4. Matt, we take a turn to our Ortho Indy Star of the game. Bunch of different places we could go there, but I think you got to look at Johnny Rader with what he did at the plate and in the field.
Without a doubt, I think, like I stated earlier, when you have somebody who is a senior and can make plays like that, that's leadership, the other aspect. When you're playing a center field, which is such a huge space to cover, he saved the Royals, and better yet, he saved the Royals and obviously killed Perry Meridian's big rallies because he made plays that he needed to do.
So Johnny Rader is tonight's Ortho Indy Star of the game. Ortho Indy, one of the most highly respected orthopedic practices in the Midwest, providing leading-edge bone, joint, spine, and muscle care from multiple locations throughout central Indiana while staying true to their missions and their patients. Call them at 317-802-2000. Well, before we say goodnight, we update the records. Perry Meridian drops to 8-8 on the year. They'll next be in action tomorrow night at New Pal on the southeast side. Meanwhile, the Royals improved to 8-7, continuing their trend of the last 7 games, alternating wins and losses. On that trend line, they were due for a win tonight, and they got it. They'll be back in action on Saturday afternoon at 12:30 when they host Avon here. Be advised that's a late addition to the schedule, replacing what was originally planning to be a road game at Cecina. The boys will be here instead, taking on Avon at 12:30. Our next broadcast will be audio only here on Saturday morning as the softball team ranked number 1 in the country will take on number 3 ranked in the state of Indiana, New Pal, at 10 o'clock. Again, that's an audio-only game on RoncalliMediaNetwork.com. We hope you can join us for that one. But some final thoughts tonight, Matt. The Royals got a big inning when they needed it most to come away with a good rivalry win. And this is a tone setter in that the sectional draw is Sunday, and this is a team in Perry Meridian that you could see again in the postseason as they're in the same sectional, and it's here.
And the best part about it is I think you saw somebody who is a freshman come in and make some big pitches in a situation like that. You know, a lot of times you'll see people get rattled. And obviously Coach Kroll talked about it. They battled through and got the hits when they needed to. You know, there's areas always you want to clean up, but this is a good game. And in essence, to come back against Perry Meridian and post a win, you always want to take that and you feel good about it.
Well, I want to thank you for sitting in, partner. It was a blast.
Enjoyed every minute of it.
Enjoyed
Thank
it.
you.
I want to also thank our great Roncalli Media Network crew who was with us tonight. All of our great crew. Ian Eldridge was our director. Christian Dollins was our technical director tonight. Nate Riddle handled our graphics. Daniel Striegel handled our camera. And, of course, A.J. Ablog is the executive producer of the Roncalli Media Network. Again, if you can't be here on Saturday for great softball, hope you can join us. 10 o'clock, our airtime on RoncalliMediaNetwork.com. Number 1, Roncalli against number 3, New Pal. Tonight's broadcast has been a production of the Roncalli Media Network. The executive producer is A.J. Ablog. Our business manager is Mr. Aaron Hummel. Our booth announcer is Rachel Brown. For my partner, Matt Donovan, I'm Rob Brown. Again, our final tonight from La Pinta Field on the campus of Roncalli High School. Roncalli defeats Perry Meridian by the score of 5-4. Till we talk to you next time, on behalf of our entire Roncalli Media Network crew, it's been Rob Brown saying so long, everybody.
You've been listening to Roncalli Royals Baseball on the Roncalli Media Network. Tonight's broadcast has been brought to you by Meridian University, Ascension St. Vincent, Lauk and Veldoff Funeral Services, Steve's Flowers and Gifts, Harding Foreman Group, Ortho Indy, Beck Service Center, Jackson County Bank, Indy Teledata.